Welcome to CEO Money. I'm Michael Yorba. Thanks for joining me. I have Eric Jay Dolin, author of Black Flags, Blue Water, on the show with me today. Eric, welcome to the show.
Thanks for having me.
I'm glad you're here. All right, just a wonderful book. If you have the cover, the book, bring it up. I want everybody to see it. But I want you to talk about charting the evolution of the nature of piracy as it ranges across oceans, and as they were chased, the latest wealth of what they were doing. So bring that out.
Yeah, Black Flags, Blue Waters covers the Golden Age of Piracy from the late 1600s through the mid 1720s, and it's really broken into two fundamental parts. Before 1700, a lot of pirates left from the American colonies. They went to the Red Sea, where they attacked Mughal ships that were traveling between India and the Red Sea ports of Jeddah and Mocha, plundered them, brought back their treasure. They were totally welcome in the colonies. They were the brothers, sons, and fathers of the colonists, and it was seen as no sin to be plundering the quote-unquote heathens and infidels halfway around the world and bringing their treasure back home. But then you fast forward to the piracy that people are more familiar with in the 17 teens and 20s, when Blackbeard was around and the Pirates of the Caribbean. And those pirates were quite different. They didn't go to the Indian Ocean. They attacked American and English ships along the coast of the American colonies. So far from being seen as commercial angels, they were viewed as these horrific raiders who were threatening the bottom line of the colonists. So that's what really launched the major all-out war to tamp down on piracy. But it's just a fascinating story, and I think an important story in American history.
I think one of the things that was really striking is it wasn't just men. There were women pirates too. You had a couple of women in the book.
Not many. There were two women, Anne Bonny and Mary Read, who were part of Calico Jack Rackham's pirate crew, and Bonny was also Rackham's lover. But they were caught in the early 1720s, brought to trial at Port Royal, Jamaica. And what was really interesting is the legal gambit that Bonny and Read used. When they were found guilty of piracy, they informed the court. They basically pleaded their bellies. They told the court they were pregnant. So the court gave them stays of execution. And they ultimately died. One died in jail, and the other one, we're not sure what happened to her. But what I found really fascinating is when Jack Rackham, Bonny's lover, was marched to the gallows, she let it be known that she was very disappointed in her erstwhile lover, saying that if he had fought more like a man, he need not have been hanged like a dog. So that was the end of Jack Rackham. But there aren't any other known accounts of women on pirate ships in the Atlantic. There were other women pirates in other parts of the world, but not ones that I cover in my book.
What was the one pirate that you can think of that really had the biggest impact on the Golden Age?
The biggest impact on the Golden Age? That was probably Henry Avery. He was one of the Red Sea men. And the reason he had such a big impact is he attacked some of the Mughal emperor's ships, the Ganjasawe in particular. And East Indian trade, you have to understand, was a major part of the British economy. So while the colonists were attacking Mughal ships, the mother country was really irate. They wanted to tamp down on piracy, clamp down on it, and eliminate these Red Sea pirates. But Henry Avery not only attacked one of the emperor's favorite and largest ships and got away with hundreds of thousands of dollars in treasure, but he also escaped justice. They never found him. And as a result of his attacks, the emperor shut down the East India trade for almost 9 months, which was a major blow to the British economy. And what it in turn did is it got the British amped up to attack these pirates more actively. And by 1700, they had pretty much eliminated Red Sea piracy. But then it came back in another form when they started attacking American ships.
One of the things that really came to light when I was reading through your book is that there was really more going on in South America than most people think. They think that it was the Caribbean and, say, the northeastern coast, the northeastern seaboard of America. But to talk to us a little bit about what was really going on with the Spanish in South America, how this whole thing really started to blossom there.
Well, you have to remember the Spanish empire at that time, they felt they owned the entire Western Hemisphere. And what they had done is they had plundered the Incan and Mayan cultures and gotten their very valuable silver and gold mines and established mints there. So what the Spanish were doing is they were sending out Spanish treasure ships and galleons to the Philippines, back to Spain, from South America and from Central America. So that's where all the money was emanating from. So that's where the pirates often congregated. Not only pirates that came from the colonies, but ones that were in the Caribbean. And everybody's heard of the famous buccaneers like Henry Morgan. And one of his most famous exploits was to sack Panama in 1671, which was a huge depot for Spanish treasure. So you really, in order to understand where pirates are, what they're doing, who they're attacking, you need to just follow the money trail. And you can also figure out how pirates have unusual alliances because of money. You know, if you're benefiting from a pirate, you love them. If they're attacking you and they're taking your riches, you hate them. So it creates strange bedfellows.
It does. Eric, thanks for giving us an insight view on your book. Where can we find it?
Any online bookstore or brick and mortar bookstore. You can go to my website, www.ericjaydolin.com, and that's Jaydolin and Eric with a C. And you can even read the introductory chapter to the book to get a taste of what it's like.
Long live the Jolly Roger.
Yes. Thank you.
Thanks, Eric. You've been watching CEO Money with Michael Yorba. Thanks for joining with us. Don't forget, like us on Facebook, follow us on Twitter, and subscribe to our YouTube channel.